Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday, and today an important topic, the use of the cane in an anti-abduction strategy. Important. This is the one you want to get, you want to communicate this to your wife. You want to get, this is valuable for everyone, but the ladies in particular, that significant other in your life, because they tend to get targeted like this. Before we do that, don't forget, if you like the channel, hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up so that you don't miss any future content, and avail yourself. You have two free resources: the Cane Clarity Call. Text the letters CCC to 305-745-7839, and in less than 24 hours, we will be on a phone call with you, listening to you, what it is that attracts you, why are you even watching this, right? And see how we can make this functional. It's amazing to me how many people call in ordering canes. Canes are fun, they're cool, but you're always going to be limited based on what your training allows you to do with that tool. More of that in a minute, but go ahead and text those letters, and then you have a private Facebook group that is open to the public at no cost. Look for Cane Flow, Move Better, Protect Better, Live Better. Look at the link in the description. So listen, the use of this tool, and what I'm talking about when I say abduction. So typically you're going to have a bigger individual, stronger individual, or maybe more than one, and that's a topic for another segment, but we're going to deal with that one situation where somebody comes in and gets you kind of like in a bear hug and is looking to escort you to a secondary location. Right, that could be a shack, that could be a vehicle, as a matter of fact. And so I'm going to break this down for you. And it doesn't matter to me how you're holding that cane. Maybe it's in a standard grip with the horn pointing away, or reverse grip. Those are really the only two ways of doing it. And I'll ask Vanessa to come in. We're very specific about these type of assaults. The one that I'm going to demonstrate in this segment is where she comes in, you were not paying attention, and there it comes she, and she's doing this. Now, imagine if she's the bigger individual, she has this cane. This is what I'm looking to do. So I'm looking to come over here and then start taking right away. And I may lift her off and start dragging, right, and moving. And that's what we're looking to do. And you have this cane. And this is not the time to start trying to, if you're not trained with this tool, right, to start trying to hit behind and do all these kinds of things, because I know how to anchor here behind. And you know what? I may or may not take a couple of shots. My adrenaline is going too. So there's a way. The first thing that we want you to look at, and let me just tilt that camera down, because the first thing you're going to need to do, and I typically ask you to say these things, say it, because the way we start ingraining it is to do a foot anchor. And let me just show what the movement looks like. So let's step over here for me. So if I'm doing something like this, we have this drilling in ACSD that looks this way. And it's just this back and forth drilling where you're doing this pivot. There's pivoting, right, and footwork along with the handling. When a caner does this, he's not just testing his balance. It implies that we are doing an anchor. We're foot anchor. So the first thing I'm going to do, the only good thing about this, I know where her hands are. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this, if I can, preferably above the elbow. The answer is always above the elbow in anatomical position. This is anatomical position. So I lock here because I don't want her to escalate and get a knife, right, or hit me in the head. So the only good thing is this. And then immediately I have to take that foot and bring it behind. That's the foot anchor. That's what's represented with that movement. When you see ACSD caners doing that, it represents that you're doing a type of foot anchor. Now, I'm going to go ahead and displace her center by stepping out. And notice how it starts knocking her off. I bring my center down low. The reason for that is because of her insistence on wanting to hang on. So when I do this, right, she's going to topple with me. Even if you're a big fellow, you're going to go down because he's bringing his center of gravity down. And I'm looking for the bottom hand. That's the hand I'm looking for. So in a situation like this, we call this interlocked. It's the bottom hand that I'm gonna look for, and I'm gonna take with the cane to help me. I'm gonna bring that up. And guys, don't tell me, oh, what can I do because I don't have a palm rest? Yes, I have a palm rest. If you have a cane with a palm rest, it's going to help in here because you're gonna dig. But we're working on the principle. Ooh, did you see how quickly she lets go there? And I'll show you from the side. I did this, and what I want you to look at is I'm gonna stabilize from the elbow up so that she can't move this, and then it's just at the wrist. See, she's already tapping because the principle is wood on bone hurts. And that's what you got to remember. Before there was a palm rest 30 years ago, right, when this whole thing, there were no palm rests. This is relatively recent in self-defense canes, right? It's an addition. Before it was just a horn, and the horn, you put it on there, and the horn works just as well. See, she's still doing it. I'm not using the palm rest. Look at, I got the, you don't have a palm rest there. But if you have the palm rest, go ahead. It's going to give you leverage. That's what these tools do. They give you leverage. Come in here. Now, she has that, but look at the knees. They buckle because what you're doing in essence is an S-lock, right, that's in reverse, and that's what you're looking to do. So that's how I break it. And both arms are caught, so she cannot escalate that. So what I do next is come out of it, and that's above the elbow, and look at the transitioning, my ability to transition from here to here. It's up to you. Are you gonna go behind? Are you going to strike? Is it really that serious that you need to do that? Because that's not automatic. That's not what we teach. Those, blast them in the head automatic. No, not every threat requires that. It may, and only you can be the judge of that. But that's the movement from here to here. And then there's your lock. And as I move, notice that I stay connected. The big corrective in this is that when you do this, and you come out, just about everyone, once they're out of here, they disconnect. They disconnect. And what you want to do is the opposite. You want to stay connected. And now make use of the tool. You have it here. Listen, even going to the fingers, right? Look at the pivot. There's nothing she can do there. She's tapping out. If you have to, you have full control over that. You have full control. And so this type of drilling, see the pivot? Boy, that pivot came in here, I step out. Oh, it's the same pivoting and handling that I do with this type of drilling. That's why you do it. Say, those are the guys that dance with the cane. It's too flashy, it's too this. You don't get it. You don't know what you don't know, right? That's why you do that. And of course, ACSD from day one has an empty hand translation. You say, well, gosh, it's unfortunate I don't have the tool at this point. Well, do you have another tool, right? Another tool works just the same there if you use it, but I'm gonna show you without, right? What if you only have, same thing, foot anchor, so you're not going anywhere. And I want you to drill this. Gentlemen, go and get, right, your significant other, take a lady, your granddaughter, daughter, and show them the power of doing that. First come in and just pick them off the ground. They fly right off, right? Especially if you're bigger. Have them anchor that foot and then try it. Because this, I can't get her, and this is just weird, right? I'm gonna drag her all the way to a vehicle all the time. She's loud verbals, let go, you're not my father. That's a powerful one. I don't care who you are, right? You hear a young girl screaming, you're not my father, let go, abduction. Everybody has a phone today. They're gonna take a look at that, right, and document. And so now you've changed the paradigm to where I gotta get out of here because this that I'm doing, this is not good, and it's being documented. Everybody can see this. So I'm doing it on an angle so you can see it. Same anchor. Identify, remember, it's the bottom hand. Lock everything up here so she can't get that out. Don't do this because this is not going to do it. You have to stabilize above and then lock here. See how she just, oh, that just buckles her. It's a form of commutative locking in there. Take away that, if you got hair, use that eye rake. Smash, whatever it is, you control it from here on. But that's how you're gonna get there, right, from the onset, because it's a very serious thing. This bigger body had no business putting their hands on you. So again, these things have a structured way of right? So this is information you can take a look at. You can actually share, let me show you what this is like, whether you have the tool you have another tool, secondary tool, or you're going empty-handed. That's the value of the American Cane Self-Defense system and method. Okay, so again, I'm going to encourage you as we speak. It's the last week. This is the last week to enroll in the Cane at Home 6-Week Challenge. This is your foundational course for ACSD. I'm hearing all kinds of, I'll just go ahead and say it, excuses. Some of you even acknowledge that that's what it is. Keep in mind that when you have injuries, when you have limitations, we're aware of that. We've been working with that through decades. We're experts at showing you how to circumvent or work around it, for the simple reason that criminals don't care. What are you going to do? You say, well, I'm injured now. This is not a good time. Listen, I've been very busy and I haven't trained. Come back and attack me another day. That's why we want you to have the conversation, so we can take the time to explain to you how it works. And thanks to the technology, why logistics and busy schedules are not an excuse to not get trained. Okay? It's self-paced. You're going to have access to it for life. It's a skill that's going to serve you for the rest of your life. Oh, and it's pretty good that this week you get $100 off when you do it, and you'll have it before the holiday. You don't have to get started now. You can avail yourself of that, and you can start it in 2023. No biggie. But go ahead and text those letters CCC to 305-745-7839. We still love talking to you at 800-289-8188. I'm Joe Robaina for American Cane Self-Defense. Thanks for watching. Keep caning. Stay safe.